Hello, YouTube, whoever you are, however you may be listening or watching this. I'm honored and I'm humbled that you took like a couple of seconds to
All right, man.
hear my dumbass thoughts. Certainly honored and humbled that you are taking a second to hear me and old PK here's dumbass thoughts about what's going on in the world. All right, but yeah, no, PK, we were texting back and forth about the hybrid car fart sniffing stuff and how I don't know smug and whatnot the left is and sort of how retarded the right is. And you know, we know we're in a bad place or a weird place, not bad, I guess, a weird place in the world when we know Bill Maher is the voice of reason.
When Bill Maher
You
looks
know,
like a conservative right winger.
right? You know, it's so crazy, man. Which that comedian Jeff Dye. You ever watch him?
Nah, I've probably seen his stuff, but I don't know him by name.
Yeah, well, he always says, well, I'm basically like a 1999 2000 liberal, which makes me a Republican now for some reason. And, I'm like, you know what? Most normal people probably align with a lot of that now. It's the crazies
Right.
on both sides that are like with this no kings shit, which you were in the middle of today, by the way, and we'll get to that. But like, who's the king of America? First of all, like, would a king allow you to have a no kings protest in the first place? And like, didn't we get rid of kings? Wouldn't it like the whole point of the country you're living in protesting no kings with? Like, you're somebody hurt your feelings about some sort of socioeconomic thing that doesn't really matter in the grand scheme of things, and now he's a king, and you need to pretend to be anti-fascist, but use fascist tactics to get your point across. It's pretty fucking insane, right? But
It's
you were in
pretty
the
crazy.
thick of it, dude.
I
Let's talk
was in
about
the
that.
belly of the beast today. I was in the belly of the beast. I was in the heart of it. I even got propaganda from the left, or I don't even know what they were. I don't think they know what they were today. Seeing them in their billboards, their sandwich boards, and Pikachu costumes, I it reminds me a lot of like the writing you'd find on a bathroom stall. It's just a bunch of gibberish. Just everyone's.
Yeah, dude. I
It's
heard
not
you
even. It wasn't even
texting
like
about that earlier. Yeah.
it wasn't even like one narrative amongst them. Well, there was, and that's down with Trump and whatever. I think we can both agree on that now because we're starting to see more and more how Trump is kind of sucking Netanyahu's dick a bit too
Yeah.
much, and
Oh, dude.
people on the right are seeing it. People on the left are seeing it. Trump. That's not to say that Trump hasn't done a bunch of good things in his 2 terms, but I mean, it's just
His first term.
becoming egregious now. Yeah, it's becoming too much. But yeah, no, the you could smell the crazy on these people, bro. And I'll upload videos later. I have to edit a few things out. I don't know the quality of the sound because everyone was honking their horns and there's just a bunch of background noise. But from what I could review so far, I got some pretty decent clips.
Yeah, no, you gotta text those to me later, dude.
Yeah.
Because yeah,
What?
no, I remember when you called me when you were going into it, which you were in Franklin Park, the north side of Spokane, Washington. Which, if you're not familiar with that area, I grew up in North Spokane. So Franklin Park was, you know, is the Franklin Park Mall still a thing? I don't know.
I don't think
You know,
so.
they used to have the Montgomery Ward back in the day, like the
Yeah.
mall there, right
So
before you get to
yeah.
the Fort Park Mall. But
Right. Yeah, no, that's all been converted into other things. But so Franklin Park is probably one of the bigger parks of Spokane, and they had that thing packed. It's got four baseball fields, and like a middle
yeah,
section that could like reasonably fit a football field in. So it's pretty big, and they had that whole back half full, packed with people, and it was just more people coming. I'm sure the neighbors hated that shit. They were parked all up and down this city streets, and it was just chaos. But I had fun. Believe it or not, it was
what was the overall vibe there?
the
Like,
overall vibe was like it was just people wanting to speak just to hear themselves speak. It was like that annoying kid in school that always had to, act out to get attention.
yeah,
This is them 20, 30, 40 years later. Seeing a lot of senior citizens out there. But
the annoying kid at school. That's interesting. Like, because I know when we FaceTime when you were walking up in there, there was like those dudes in like Pikachu costumes and all that other stuff. Yeah, it's like the I guess security blankie of our time now is the Pikachu costume. Perhaps is that what you mean a little bit, or
there was
elaborate there a
Pikachu's.
little bit?
There was Pikachu costumes. There was unicorn costumes. There was uh, dinosaur costume. The blow up dinosaur costumes. People walking around. It was basically Halloween with a political agenda.
Yeah, well, I got a box of these on the way to you
All
on
right.
Monday, PK.
I don't know if my girl will let me smoke them in the house, but I'll have to
Well, yeah,
chomp
I'm
on a
in my
few.
garage right now. My wife would definitely not let me smoke them in the house. But yeah, I am in my garage. It's a garage cast, so it's neutral territory. I think they
Neutral,
said something
right?
about that in the Geneva Convention and whatnot.
Right, you have to stake your claim out there.
The garage is man's territory. You know,
Right.
women can't say nothing about that. But you're in the living room, or where are you at in your house anyway?
I'm
The
in the living room.
living room. Okay.
Living
Well,
room
yeah.
slash
So
studio.
if I brought this in the living room, yeah, I mean, I'd probably
Oh,
get
you'd
skinned
get
alive
slapped.
in my sleep. But
You'd get beat up, bro.
well, yeah, I mean, you know, in my sleep, skinned alive, something like that. You know, I go to sleep,
So
wouldn't
yeah,
wake up, something like that. So yeah, no, we'll have to remedy that. You know, when I'm back home here in a little bit, we'll have a cigar outside somewhere, man.
absolutely, absolutely. But yeah, I was kind of looking through these propaganda flyers they were handing out. There were so many people handing things out. This was just a very few amongst the many, and one of them was a resource book. So I don't want to like promote some crazy shit on air,
Well,
but
whatever. No, I mean, I'm not promoting or
so
even going against it, but
it's probably backwards, but it says sporgs.
sporgs.
I
All
don't know
right.
what that stands for, and
It doesn't say like what the acronym stands for on there or
it
anything.
doesn't.
Or
And one of the email one so from a different life, I noticed that one of the contact information is a at proton.me, and if you don't know, if the viewers don't know, Proton is a basically a burner email service, so you can set up an email without any connection to your personal information, and hackers use them pretty regularly. So this is very
Like a
covert.
WhatsApp for email or something like that.
Right.
Okay.
Untraceable. People on the dark web use them all the time. So that stood out to me right away. But most of this stuff is resources, so like food and all that stuff, and it almost feels like it's catering to the homeless. It was is the kind of vibe. It's like a free people are giving free stuff away, and I'm like, well, that's probably why you see all these homeless people out here struggling. And I don't think it's really much of a struggle, more of a choice.
Like, is there a big homeless problem in Spokane?
It's terrible. I
Really?
came back from Portland and I got to Spokane. I said I thought I left Portland. Uh, what is this? This isn't Spokane. We had
Well, because
during the summer.
like, I mean, and not to interrupt, but like Spokane for most of the year, it isn't. It's in Washington State. It's, the sort of eastern central part of Washington State. A pretty conservative area overall,
Mm,
as far as Washington State is concerned. It's right
mm.
by, I don't know, 15, 20 minutes away from Coeur d'Alene, Idaho. Idaho's the most conservative state in America. So Spokane's always been sort of a conservative part of Washington, and in fact, like that pocket of Washington state. But, you know, it, the homeless thing, and, I lived there as recently as 2017, and I don't feel like it was a big problem then, but like, how is it like it's progressed, I guess, obviously, to where it's sort of a big problem? Like, where are the big problem parts of town? Is it more downtown, east side, right? Or is it going, because you were in Franklin Park today, so that's more the north side. Is it going up that way as well and expanding across the city, or?
Yeah, so it's spreading. The epicenter I'd say is downtown. It's moving, it's spreading out. So we're starting to see more, homeless people, people begging around the South Hill, um, Mead, rarely Mead, but
Really,
definitely
me too. I went to
Mead.
Meade High School alumni.
Yeah. The Hilliard area's always been bad,
Hilliard's always
still
been
bad, you know.
good.
And
Yeah, dude. Even
the
out like as
Valley,
far as like Meade area, stuff like
yeah,
that.
yeah,
Wow.
the Valley even, and so the Valley is sweet for the
Yeah.
homeless people because they can,
My
pull the
mom lives
sympathy
in the
card.
valley. Yeah.
They can pull the sympathy card pretty easily out there. They have, resources. The buses smell like piss, and whereas like
Really?
yeah, even more so. Like back in the day, it was kind of funky, but more and more, the bus lines are getting trashed. They just got a whole bunch of new buses. A lot. They're moving to electric buses,
Well,
which are nice.
it's crazy though too, because Spokane for a long time, in like, even to the credit of Spokane, is like, for a, I guess, small mid-sized city, because Spokane, I think, is around like 300,000 people or so, like, population wise.
So the greater
Now,
Spokane, Coeur d'Alene area is around 500,000, I believe.
well, yeah, yeah, that
Let me
whole
check it.
area, but Spokane, I think, is about 300,000 people. And
Yeah,
for,
Spokane proper.
oh, yeah, no, Spokane proper, yeah. And what I'm saying is, like, to their credit, the public transportation system, as far as like bus routes, stuff like that, is like pretty good in Spokane, actually.
Okay.
And like, now it's kind of like what, smelling like piss. Is it like sort of homeless people ride the bus just because they can now type of
Just to
stuff?
stay
Or
warm. Just to stay warm. Just for somewhere to
yeah.
stay. You see that a lot in the wintertime.
Well, yeah, I guess same for the trains here in Texas because the trains are air conditioned and it's hot as fuck here. So, you know, I can't. If somebody's gonna let you ride the train and they'll let you ride it all day and not check your train pass or bus pass or anything else, they won't kick you off.
Right.
If you
Right.
had nowhere else to go, why wouldn't you? You know?
Exactly. So I just asked ChatGPT what the population of Spokane proper is. It's giving me 229,000 people, probably not including the homeless. And the greater Spokane Coeur d'Alene area is 785,000. So a little bit more than I thought.
Yeah. Well, yeah, no, I mean Spokane Coeur d'Alene, that'll include like, probably areas like I mean Meade, Chewelah,
Hmm.
Cheney, like everything in between like that. So I mean
Yeah.
that's probably I mean, I would have thought Spokane proper was a little bit more than 225 though, but closer to 300.
Mm-hmm.
But wasn't too far off. But anyway, for a city that size, it's not a large metropolitan area, you
At
know.
all? No, not at all.
No, I mean, I live in the DFW area, and
Oh, I
boy, I
love
mean,
Dallas.
oh, dude, I mean, Dallas is the fourth largest city in America, or fourth or fifth, something like that. But the 225, that's like a suburb of Dallas, you know.
Hmm.
So, shoot, even in Seattle, that's like Kirkland,
Right.
or something like that.
Right.
It's not in Fort Spokane is very like land wise, very spread out, very. It's a big city. It's a big little city, and
Yeah.
if you've never been there or lived there, it's hard to put it into words. But like Spokane is very large, and they've always had a pretty good public transit system because I don't know when I was broke and had nothing, I had to use it.
Same.
And well, yeah, sure, and it was pretty great. You could pretty much get anywhere around, and the bus system was simple to use. It was pretty much ran everywhere, you know, and on time. But have you rode the bus recently there, or
Well, I just got my car last June, and since October 2023, I was religiously using that bus, and then I figured out how to ride the Lime scooters, and so I was going back and forth from the bus and the Lime. If I was in the valley, I would definitely get a Lime because the wait time is anywhere between half an hour to a whole hour before the next bus comes or goes. But
yeah,
where I'm at, it's the City Link, which goes all the way down from SCC all the way down to SFCC. Those are pretty quick. Like you're waiting 15 minutes at most, sometimes 10.
and for those who aren't from Spokane, SFCC is Spokane Falls Community College.
Yep, Spokane Falls.
Yeah. So, and dude, Spokane, if you haven't been there, if you want to
Don't
vacate
go. If
somewhere,
you haven't been there, don't go. If you-
well, no, dude, Spokane was a great place to grow up. All right, you're
yeah.
from Spo.
Yeah,
You're
I'm from
from
the East Valley.
Spokane
I'm from
too.
Easy Valley. Yep.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, dude, you're Easy Valley girl, man.
Yep.
All
Yep.
right.
I'm Valley girl, bro.
Oh yeah, no, but yeah, dude, Spokane was I don't know in a lot of places were Spokane's not like the small town feel like it used to be when you and I were kids. Not the more
Right.
sense of community.
Right. We still
And
had
I
some
mean,
sort of values back then.
yeah, like, dude, that goes a lot to what you and I had texted about. We've talked about, like, the religious and moral people that our Constitution was made for, and that they talked about in the Federalist Papers in debating, ratifying the Constitution, leading up to that. But that's a big conversation. You and I have talked about it, but like, it just seems like we've shifted completely away from any sort of moral compass in this country at all. Everything goes. It's not, there's nothing that's out of bounds or anything. And it's like, no, that's not how a society with free speech and access to guns works. A religious and moral people are the stewards of that society.
Right.
They're, a reckless people with no morals or no moral compass are not good stewards of a society like that. And
Right.
you and I have talked about that, but do you care to elaborate kind of on that a little bit, or?
Yeah, I definitely think the moral compass has shifted, and it feels so much like by design, because for the longest time the eastern side of Washington has held up legislator legislature laws in the capital, like Olympia
Right.
and Seattle, where it's a little bit more progressive. And I think this is a way for the left to kind of take over. I feel like it's a power move. A lot of the people today at the protests weren't even from Spokane. You could tell. And I asked a few of them. Some of them, one lady,
Did you get confirmation on that,
yeah,
or?
yeah, I did.
Yeah.
So this lady person I interviewed today was there with her partner, and she was talking a lot about, coming from Portland. I'm like, oh, and so are you from Portland? She said, yeah, we came up from Portland to, you know, voice
Yeah,
our
we,
opinion and basically stir the shit. And I said, so you were down there when the riots were going? And she's like, yeah, the officers were assaulting people without any provocation and this, that, and the other. I said, well, did any of them move out of the way? And she's like, well, it's, our right to be down there and this, that, the other. I'm like, all right. So I said, so who was doing all the vandalizing? Like, do you believe that it's ever right for political violence to happen? She said, well, it depends. I'm like, on what, basically? And she says, well, if, a foreign government is oppressing their people. I said, no, what about here in America? She said, oh, no, never. I'm like, so who was destroying the property down there in Portland, and who was assaulting, being assaulted, and who was doing the assaulting? And obviously she said it was all the police department, and she didn't know who was destroying the property. I'm like, well, you're kind of down there, and didn't you see it?
well, yeah,
Were they wearing Pikachu costumes, or were they wearing police
yeah,
officer uniforms?
selective amnesia, you know? Well, dude, it's so crazy. Like, with, you see a lot of like street interviews at a lot of these protests and whatnot, which, like, you know, Louder with Crowder. Like, do you follow them, or?
No, bro,
Okay,
I'm so
well,
out of the
here's a
loop. I'm
good
so
one.
lame.
Well, he was the one who actually started the Change My Mind, and Charlie Kirk kind of ran with it, you know? And he's never been like in Turning Point USA. Louder with Crowder, good podcast. If you don't follow it, I would suggest you do. But like, he, like, now, since Charlie Kirk's death, has kind of started to do that stuff again, go to college campuses with you know, men can't get pregnant, change my mind signs.
Mm-hmm.
He's like one of the biggest memes on the internet. The guy sitting at the table with the change my mind thing.
Mm-hmm.
You seen that? No?
Only, I mean,
God, you
I've
were
only seen
locked
Charlie
up.
Kirk.
You
Yeah, I've
were
only seen
locked
Charlie
up
Kirk do it.
for the golden age of memes, I think. I think
For about a good decade and some change.
well, I mean, not like I fucking only did a couple days in there, but yeah,
Yeah, yeah, you did a good,
yeah,
good.
7 years.
Well,
But
that's might as well be 10.
yeah, well, yeah, it's fucking nuts. You get out into a completely different world. But anyway, Steven Crowder, Louder with Crowder, fucking awesome pod to follow too. But anyway, like he's the one who started the change my mind thing. And
Mm,
like like his most recent one, it's like a 2 hour video where he's gone into this black barbershop a couple of times and talked to like black people about crime statistics and
mm-hmm.
crap like that. And it's dude, it's so crazy because like for one, like with the whole crime statistics shit, it's irrefutable FBI crime statistics on some stuff that they won't accept like at all. And it's it's all Whitey's fault. And he like that's how he made his bones a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
And he's talking to these dudes and it's still like kind of more of the same, but they're making his point, but then when it gets critical,
Mm-hmm.
one way or the other, like it's oh no, it's back to the other thing, and it goes to like the whole brainwashing
Right.
of shit to just get people to fight. Because if everybody came together against the two wings of the same bird that are, Democrats, Republicans, and our government, they don't stand a chance and will actually have the form of self-government that we had for about the first 100 years of our country, and we could have again, but the certain funny hat dudes that don't want it anywhere in the world and have targeted America specifically over the last 100 years or so to destroy our society and whatnot. But it's like, dude, black people vote overwhelmingly Democrat,
Mm-hmm.
and they are so conservative. Like,
Yeah.
it's unbelievable. And you're like,
Mm-hmm.
dude, you vote for all of this stuff because this party pretends to care about you for
Mm-hmm.
10 minutes before election day and keeps making your community worse. Now, with the National Guard going into Chicago and all that other kind of shit, like as a veteran myself, I would hate to be put in the position
Mm.
to where I have to go armed against our own citizens.
Right.
Like that's just a bad look all around. But in the same note, law enforcement and the politicians who control that law enforcement in those cities aren't doing their job. So at what point, like, do you have to do something? It's not with the. Do you really want tanks rolling down city streets in any city?
Right.
Or do you want these people to do their job, but the overtness of it, as it relates to like the Epstein thing, because Trump is taking way more heat on the Epstein dude. Tim Doherty just texted me right now.
No. What's up, Timmy?
Dude, hold on a second, man.
Get him on
I'm
FaceTime.
about
Does
to
he have
ask
an
him his
iPhone?
email. Hold on a sec. Hold on. I'm about
Yeah,
to
shoot him a
FaceTime him.
link. Shoot him a link. Let's get
Hold
him on
on.
here.
Oh, dude. Motherfucker's got an Android, dog.
Ew. Come on,
Oh,
Timmy.
dude,
Up your
so
game,
gay.
bro. So no, nothing you said was wrong, and I agree with that. Like everything,
I'm
it's
gonna call him on. I'm calling him on speaker. Hold on a second.
Hello, sir.
Tim,
Timmy.
dude, you're live on YouTube right now, brother.
No, I'm not.
You are.
Say hi.
How am I live on YouTube?
Well, me and PK are live on a podcast right now, dude.
Oh, why'd you call me then? Hi, everybody. Am I famous?
I
Yeah,
mean, I don't know. We have, I don't know, 11 followers on this podcast right now, Tim.
you're a
So,
legend to us, Tim. That's all that matters.
I mean, I've got 11,000 something on Instagram, but we're not that cool on YouTube just yet. But give us some time, brother. But
Maybe you can.
You see my little
dude,
puppy dog?
dude, it looks awesome. Do you want to go live with us, like on the pod?
Well, how do I do that?
Give me your
To speak
text
your
me your
mind, man.
email. I'll send you an invite right now, dude.
Talk about. We can talk about whatever, Tim.
My face and
Let's
stuff?
talk about the Mariners.
Yeah, we're gonna talk about the Mariners and I don't know everything in between. But
God damn. I've never been on podcast. Okay, so what the hell? Go ahead and send your email then.
well, no, I mean, text me your email address.
I'll
Oh,
right now.
all right, cool.
I'll got that. You call me right here and check me a link, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, cool. Bye.
All right, bye.
Good.
He said, "How the hell are you doing that? Technology,
He's old.
technology."
He's gonna text me his email here in a second. So he's old. Probably large
God
button
bless him.
text.
God
like,
bless him.
My dad has the text that's like this big on his phone. I'm like,
You can see
"Damn,
across the room.
it must take you a year to read a sentence on that motherfucker."
Oh no! What happened to your camera? It just went unfocused.
I know, dude, didn't it?
Hey, I think you need to move your mic closer too. Not that it's going to help your camera, but it can definitely. Oh, there it goes.
All right. I don't know. It got unfocused for a quick second though, didn't it?
Is your mic adjustable?
Oh, this? No, I
there
mean,
we go.
I
Now
really, I Jimmy rigged a regular microphone to look like it was a professional one, you know?
I'll have to send you one. There's another one of these on
Well,
Marketplace.
no, I mean it's like that one,
Yeah.
but I put it on this like metal bracket thing.
Oh,
It
okay.
goes in
So-
front, so it looks like one of those crazy cool ones,
Sure.
you know?
Sure.
But it's I think quite possibly the same one that you have.
So I was watching a bunch of those.
Dude,
I get a bunch of those.
Tim ain't texting me his motherfucking email.
Did he get
Hold on.
stage fright?
Maybe. Oh, he just did. Irish Legal One. Here.
Of course.
You want to do it right now?
Yeah, let's go.
Send the invite. You can do it, right? All right. I can do
Let
it.
me see. I just saw it. I'm talking all this shit and I barely know how to use this. I think you have to shoot him.
Okay, hold on.
Technology. Yeah, I think you gotta do it, bro.
Well, shit. Here, I'm gonna stop the live for a second. I think do that.